Hello everybody, how's it going? Good to see you guys. We are playing some Minecraft today, if it'll load. There it goes. This world might look a little bit familiar to you, because we built it all on stream one day. I think we did anyway. And then I showed it to you guys on Friday as well. So we're gonna be back on here, and we're just gonna do a little bit more decoration probably. And hopefully I'll have it ready to hopefully start getting put together for our be right back screen. Here's your dab, Swiftu. Congrats on grabbing first Admiral. How's it going, you guys? We're gonna be hopefully getting this all wrapped up though, and then optionally after that, it's either I need to record some things on the guitar, or there's a heavy background noise. Is there? Give me 1 second. We are about to find out. Okay, test, test, test. I gotta hear it for myself to see what it is. Okay, test, test, test. I don't hear it for myself to see what it is. I'm wondering if it's the rain in the game. I don't hear myself to see what it is. You might be hearing the rain, Swiftu, in Minecraft. Here. I'm gonna turn it off anyway, so there we go. That should fix it though, if that's what it is. Although it's still going. There it goes. So yeah, there's a lot that we gotta get done. So we gotta get the interior here done, which is easy enough. Then we might lay down some guitar tracks for the actual, what do you call it? Shoot. The music. I have been practicing a little bit, so it's not likely that it's actually going to turn out well if we try it all tonight, but we might still try it. But I would like to try my best anyway when it comes to getting the Be Right Back screen music recorded at some point soon. I'd kind of like to do that on stream as well, because I think that would be a cool process to share with you guys on how that works. And then I also need to get some fire sounds, I guess, and kind of have the fireplace crackle a little bit. I'd kind of like to do a more realistic sound. And then the rest of it would all be kind of reduced down to the screen here. And it might be a little bit too big or not tall enough. And if it's not tall enough, we can raise up the ceiling. That's easy enough. If it is a problem of it being too wide, we can make it a little bit wider and a little bit taller to fix it. But it needs to be basically in a 16:9 ratio. So it might need to be a little bit taller. I don't know. I'd have to do some test screenings with it, but we might be able to make something work. And then I'd like to kind of have it do some transitions and stuff, but that's like a whole different project for another day. So, right now it's kind of about figuring out, do we need a taller TV or, what's going on here? So let's just start by trying to figure that out. If we make it one taller, how does that look? It looks kind of dumb. So does it need to be a little bit longer as well? Or... I don't think so. Okay. So I think its current size is fine. We'll figure out a way to make it work, if need be. And was there anything we needed to add in the background? That's kind of what I was struggling with, was I wanted stuff back here, but I didn't know what to put. So right now all I've got is paintings that kind of reference other things, like my profile picture, Taylor Swift, King SMP, If I feel like if it's any bigger, it looks like you're rich. Yeah, that's not the vibe I'm going for here. Alternatively, we could shrink it down a little bit. It'd have to shrink down by 2, and that would look fine. We might need to be a little bit closer though. So let me try this. Okay, how's that look? That also gives us more room in the back for decorations that you'll actually see. I feel like that might be fine. Again though, the problem might be it might be a little bit too far away, but it might not be bad. I'm trying to think of all the ways you're going to be seeing this, because that's the thing. You got to think about the phones that might be seeing it, and if you're on a phone, this is going to be kind of small. But, you know, it should be fine. I think it would be fine anyway. We could alternatively just move it like 1 or 2 blocks closer. Which I might try, we'll see. Maybe above the fireplace you can have one of those fancy portraits of Old King, the emote. Oh, that might not be a bad idea. I gotta decide on an actual viewing point as well. Let's see. So, it's gotta be right in the middle of this block, basically. So, let me just do that. Control V. Do 0, 0. Make sure we're pretty much dead center of the block. Okay, that shifted me over. Yeah, so I need to be moved over 1 more in the, what is this direction, positive Z. So I need to be 44 instead. And then I need to change my rotation from being 89 to being 0. And I'm still a little bit too far over. Okay, so what I need to do is 21.50? Or no, hang on. 43.50. And that should put us pretty well dead center, I think. The only other thing we could do is change the rotation of my head to being a 90, I guess. I think that would work. So that should be right where we're standing. So we'll copy that, and then it's just about figuring out. Oops. It's all about figuring out how much we're actually going to be able to see. So we got to toy around with FOV here. This one would give you access to the fireplace, so you could see maybe a little bit of something up there. And it also gives you a little bit more wall here, and you got plenty of wall there. I just want to add as many like little Easter eggs and references that we can to, you know, anything and everything. So an Old King portrait could be pretty good. And I can quickly make a painting for that. Let me think. I need to figure out the website I use for that. Let me open up this. Oh yeah, I've been recording a video. I guess I can go ahead and talk about that while I look for this. I've been recording a video. And it's about running a server and like all the behind the scenes stuff that goes into it. And we're pretty much nearing completion with the King SMP maintenance. I'm just struggling with getting the server host to host, if that makes sense. But once we're set up with that, it'll be all good. Okay, I'm trying to remember which one I selected for the Taylor Swift painting. It'll be fine. So that's currently on my desktop right now. Where is King Dementia? Maybe do something kind of like that. Okay. Then we just download the pack. And it should be King Dementia painting. Okay, download. And I need to show in the folder and import this sucker in. Where is my resource packs? There it is. Alright, let's try that. Options, resource packs. So this might break the Taylor Swift one, so I might need to swap which, yeah. Okay, I gotta swap which painting slot it takes, but it does work. It does work. Here's what it looks like. That's not bad. That's really not bad. Okay. So let me see if I can change which portrait it's supposed to take. If it'll let me. Okay, I gotta refresh. Okay. Add image. King Dementia. And right about there. Okay. Download pack. King Dementia V2. Or King Dementia painting, rather. There we go. Okay, I'm probably gonna turn the event from yesterday into a video. We got halfway through. We were casually competing for 10K because they forgot to mention it. Really up the stakes. Oh boy. Well, it sounds like it must have been a good time. I don't know, I don't know how much you're allowed to say, if anything. But, how was it? Let's see. Okay. That should fix everything. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. So, painting, right? We need, the 1x2. There we go. Okay. Let's fix that. So above the fireplace right here, put a couple paintings like that one right there. See how that looks. We do a 55 FOV, that's not bad. That is not bad. I can say generally the video and how things went as long as you don't leak. Well, I don't usually leak things. But it doesn't change the fact that it probably would happen if the second I'm not supposed to do something is the second it does happen. Oh gosh. Let me think. What are some other good things to throw in here? A lot of the attention should be on the TV. So I need to think here. I mean, I'm not taking any attention off the TV necessarily. I'm just kind of adding some details in the background. It was a building competition. The chances of the event being something I'm good at is wild. I don't know if you ever made the video or not. I'm assuming it's okay that I talk about it now, because it's just not come out since I participated, but I participated in a Nolan event, and it was building, but it was also PvP. And I don't remember what we were competing for, to be honest. It was money. I just don't remember how much money. I don't know if he ever came out with the video, to be honest. I was in like the top 20, I think, out of like 100 people. A lot of them died in like the first bit. I just didn't PvP at all. Okay. We'll leave this alone for now. I actually have another build I need to do. So let me... Right here, we're gonna do game rule. Oops. Game rule. Daylight cycle, or do daylight cycle, false. And do weather cycle, false. And then we're gonna set time to day. Or noon, rather. There we go. Okay. That'll make things a whole lot easier. So we've got most of this done, honestly. There might be a couple more paintings we add here and there, but I might also consider doing some other fancy things that would be a surprise for later. But obviously, we haven't done much Minecraft building. I actually have another thing I need to build, and this is something I'm not good at. So it's going to be kind of fun. This is my creative world, sort of, right now. I mean, I don't build very often. In solo creative, I usually do it on a server, because it means my PC doesn't have to process a lot of stuff, but it'll be easier just to do it here. So I need to make a boat. Now, the thing is, I don't know how to build boats. So I think you guys get where this is going. It's going to be a lot of fun. So much fun, really. So I'm just gonna kind of do like a slash set block right here. And it'll just be like dirt. There we go. So that's not too bad. Now all I gotta do is actually build a boat. That should be easy. So let's kind of sketch it. Let's sketch it with like some wool of some sort. Right? Let's do some red wool here to sketch. I'm such a good builder. Okay, let's not do red. That's kind of gonna burn my eyes to look at. Let's do this light gray. There we go. So, you know, this boat's gonna be kind of long. That's kind of what I'm imagining. Maybe even longer than that. And it's gotta be decently wide as well because of how long it is. So the thing about boats, right? The back is usually pretty well flat, from what I remember. And in fact, I'm gonna pull up a reference image. We're kind of looking at like a colonial boat, a ship. You know, something very old. And I need like a blueprint kind of look to it, I guess. So I get a pretty good idea of the shaping of it all. Okay. I got a good image, I think. Let me open that in a new tab. And that should help. Okay. Oh boy. They gave us 30 minutes to build a house. I heard that they would give us 30 minutes to build a house and eliminate 50 of us. Then they would give us more time to finish, and we slowly add on. So thinking I have a lot of time to go on a pretty big house, I don't finish my house because I didn't have enough time because I was told wrong. We were supposed to finish in 30 minutes, so I'll send you a screenshot of what I had. Okay. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good, though. I mean, it looks a lot better than some of the houses I see in the background, so... Yeah, had you known that it was only 30 minutes for sure and it wasn't just going to be a 50-person elimination, or... Yeah, had you been told correctly in the first place, it would have... probably been fine. So, from what I can tell, it kind of goes out near the front of the ship. Kind of like that. It needs to be even, which I didn't count the blocks, really. So like that. That still looks wrong. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So if you do that, then you gotta do... You gotta bring it all up to the 1 point. So it would be something kind of like... Something kind of like that, I guess. And, that might look okay, I don't know. I don't know how to build boats. This is gonna be a fun time. So... Yeah, something kind of like this in terms of shape, I think might be okay. And then the back end is actually going to be thinner than this bit. So I'm kind of imagining it'll kind of go out to right about here anyway. Which also means on the other side it's got to be 4 long. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's going to kind of do the same thing where it kind of comes out a little bit and then slowly bows outward until it matches up with this. Like so. And theoretically, this should be fine. Okay. You know what? I built that wrong. Went out the wrong way. Okay, that should fix it. And then this one just kind of comes out like so. That's okay. Hang on. We might be cooking. We might be cooking. It's not bad, but it's not finished. There is no sides, no back. What you see is all I had. So when Sock for One came around, he was judging. He was like, "Oh, this sucks. You don't even have a finished build." And then it goes boom, and I'm eliminated round 1. Sad. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. I was lucky enough to get to the finished build. And the guys all walked up to me. I don't remember who all was there. Uh-oh. I lost connection to chat. That's not good. Looks like I'm fixed. That's good. But what I was saying was I made it to the final round, so everybody popped in. They all walked up to me and they asked me all their questions, and they didn't hate my build, but they found a lot of things that I could have done better with it. But they did see a couple people's unfinished builds, and we had sat there and played for hours. Like, literal hours of the day. And when they found people who didn't have a finished build, from what I could tell, they kind of gave them a little bit of a what for there. And understandably, I suppose. Understandably. But it gets a little bit vicious, I'm not gonna lie. If I would have finished, or hang on, I need to finish reading all the other stuff you said. Oh yeah, okay. If I would have finished or known I only had 30 minutes for a finished build, I would have won. Seriously, there were like 4 or 5 people near my level. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you had known, there's a very good chance you would have won. Let's see, so it needs to probably go down, like, down to there, maybe? I think that's even too low. Maybe down to there. And there'd probably be like a 3 there. And then a 1. And a 2, then a 1. That doesn't look right. Okay, that might be right. I don't know. How long ago was that event? I can check. It was a while back. They literally just, I don't think they ever posted the video, to be honest. Let me even see. Let me look up his channel and see if it was ever posted. Let's see, mute. Open. Okay, videos. Okay. Hardcore building competition, that's... Okay, it looks like he may have posted it 4 months ago. Let me see. I think he may have actually posted the video. That kind of looks right. Yeah, no, okay. Hang on. I haven't seen this before. Am I in the video is the question. Okay, it would be near the end. But it doesn't look like we made the cut. Bruh. So that's the graveyard. I remember that. Okay, I can kind of point out my build. I should be able to do that much. Unless they just put me earlier into the video, because why not? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I can show you guys my build in the background. But the video got posted 4 months ago, and I believe it was like a month before that even. That we recorded it. So, you guys want to see here. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. That's my build right there. The one with the blue dome. This was completely in survival. So, you didn't have many options when it came to when it came down to it, you know. So I did a miniaturized version of my King SMP Season 2 base, but it wasn't looking complete enough, so I added a dome on top. That was about the only thing I got done that was different, I guess. But you can see all these red plots. Those were all people who got killed. It was me right there. Then there was this guy, I think his name was Owl. I believe that was his name. He was building this this tower back there, and him and I kind of became friends. Then there was this person next to us in the corner. They had a really, really good chance at winning, and then they got killed. It made us really mad. We were really, really mad. And then there was one more guy, but we were the only ones left. Because as you can see, there was so many red spots all around us. But there were also like really cool builds as well. Like, for example, this is a cool build. The graveyard was an ever-updating thing. Every person that died got put in the graveyard, basically. I'm curious. Did they just legit skip us? They may have skipped everybody in that corner. We weren't really all that interesting with our build, necessarily. But we did build things, I guess. Yeah, these are all really cool builds. I had some good moments I may get in the video if posted. I mean, I hope you're in it, man. I hope you're in it. Yeah, they just didn't put us in. Bruh. I know our builds weren't necessarily big, but I would say they were more detailed than this, personally. They came to look at my build like 5 minutes before it ended and was like, bro, you gotta hurry, you're gonna finish. If you're gonna finish, and I was like, I stopped my build and talked to them, and they were like, what are you doing? Get back to building. Oof. Oof. I remember when, I might make a video out of mine, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But, they came and talked to me, and before I finished, I think it was Purpled came to me, and he asked me, like, you know, is this all you're gonna do? And I was like, oh, no, I'm gonna add more. And that's when I added, I think I'm trying to remember what I added, but, I added something after he said that, because I was like, well, it's clearly not good enough. And the problem was, I think somebody used the schematic for their build, which isn't a problem, I guess, but to me, it was kind of like, I felt like you should have had to have been creative in the moment. And I felt like, you know, I think the person that won was using a schematic, if I remember correctly. Or it's theorized at least that they were using a schematic. I don't know for sure. But because of that, you know, we couldn't, there was no competing that against that, really, at least in my opinion. I know this guy. Hey, how's it going, Raiden? Good to see you. We're working on building a boat, but we're also talking about competing in large YouTuber videos. Swiftu got to participate in a Carl video recently, so it's been interesting experience. And I feel like I've learned enough from the Nolan video that I'd be willing to consider doing it again. I don't know if I necessarily would, but I'd consider it, you know? Something kind of like that, maybe? That does kind of look like the underside to a boat. Theoretically, anyway. Possibly. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Let me go ahead and actually start placing some blocks down, and we'll see how it turns out. So oak logs is kind of my go-to here. I really needed to install World Edit on my PC. It would make things so much faster. Okay. So far, it still looks fine. I mean, the wood is all going to be kind of covered anyway, by more wood. So it doesn't necessarily matter what color we pick here, but I just want to make sure it doesn't look completely off right now. Okay. Something like that. And then what we need to do is take the oak wood and the slabs and kind of be careful with it, but we should be able to do something kind of like that, maybe. I don't know, this is kind of looking already kind of wonky, but it's fine. Yeah, no, hang on. Give me a second. We'll figure it out. It's gotta be deeper. It's gotta go deeper. Let me look at what other people do for their Minecraft boats. And see if I can figure out something based off of that. Okay. What do we got? It looks like, for the most part, I don't know how deep it actually goes. I guess it's not supposed to go all that deep into the water, really. From what I'm seeing. It looks like it only sits usually about 3 blocks deep. Which now makes me question how in the world you do it. At least on this scale. Let me see if I can find like a schematic or something and kind of get an idea of what that should look like. Maybe. I don't want that one. A pirate ship is a little bit excessive, but that looks about to be the right size to me. So I might pick that one up, give it a try. Okay, let's open that up. Download schematic. Get a couple of seconds. It's quiet, too quiet. I'm officially 1/5 of the way to VIP. Hey, let's go. You'll be there before you know it. Okay, show that in folder. I gotta remember where you put the schematics. It's going to be in the schematics folder. Whoa, crazy. Just copy that on in there. And then if I do load schematics, ship 3, load schematic. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. So they're relatively about the same size. It looks like what they do here is instead of that first level being just blocks, they actually use slabs. Or, yeah, they're using slabs there. Okay. Okay. So let's give that a try. See if that helps out a little bit. Also, I want to see how wide is it really. I mean, it's decently wide. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 blocks long. Mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit smaller, but it's not bad. Okay. Slabs and stairs are your best friend for the bottom bit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a try. So if I take the oak slabs, and we just do something like that, for instance. And then perhaps that's fine. I don't know. That might not be awful, but it's kind of bad still. I think I've got the curve wrong. So I'm gonna kind of try to change that a little bit. Which is gonna be really hard to do midway through things, but it's fine. I mean, that's not... It's not awful, but it's still not what I'm wanting. Yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, this isn't awful. Just not... Again, it's just not what I'm wanting. Okay. So one thing I can do is kind of clean up that. So something kind of like that, maybe? That's not terrible. Okay. Again, not terrible, just not great either. I mean, one thing that you also gotta look at is this block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 blocks tall total versus mine, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it might do me even some more good to make it even taller as well. I don't know, we'll see. Is there like a good video covering this topic? I feel like there's gotta be a video about this. If there's not, I can't make it because I don't know how to build a ship, but somebody should get right on that. Okay. Let's do that, and let's see. There's a Grian video from 8 years ago. Outside of that, I'm not seeing. Most of these kind of look like block by block kind of tutorials. And that's the thing. I don't want a tutorial on how to build one singular kind of boat. You know, I want to know the secret to I want to find like the secret to actually building the shape, I guess. I'm not seeing enough to really work with here. Okay. It's fine. It's looking a little blocky. The stairs and slabs definitely would help. Yeah, absolutely. Trapdoors are useful as well. King style is blocky. That video is gonna slap. That video is 100% gonna help. It could. I mean, it's only 11 minutes long, so I mean, it's not terrible. Here, let's turn it on and see. You also get to watch an Air Force ad with me, so that's cool. Okay. Unmute this tab. There we go. Shush.
So it's been a while since I've been on the server, and this guy comes back up to me, the same guy, and I'm like, "Hey, dude."
I forgot about this.
And he says,
he used to do this kind of stuff all the time.
I've really improved. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Your houses last time weren't great. You didn't really take on board what I said. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I follow him anyway. Again, 1,000 blocks away, maybe more. I forget. And he surprises me. He says, "What do you think of this?" And I'm like, wow.
That is a very nice house.
You've taken on board what I said. You've got a good palette, good shape. Look at the garden. You've really taken on
these bits giving flashbacks. It really is. It's crazy. I mean, the distances that we've gone with Minecraft content is a little bit crazy. I mean, this used to be the format. Like, this is how you told a story, and now we've gone way beyond that.
Taught you. You know what? I might just stay on this server. Have you got a boat for me so I can like go across the ocean and make my own house and we can be neighbors? And he's like, "Yeah, sure. Out back there's a boat that I've been working on for a while. Why don't you come and take a quick look?" I'm like, "Sure, why not? I'll use that and then I can get started."
That's loud. What? Let me turn that down. So, he didn't learn audio balancing, I don't think. Gosh. That was, lovely editing there, Grian. Lovely editing. See, I could do 12 ad times in a row. Tempting. I'm bleeding from my forehead. Should I address my bleeding forehead or let it bleed till I go downstairs and eat half a burger patty and melatonin and then pass out? I would consider, taking care of the bleeding on your forehead first. just so it doesn't get everywhere else. I'm not a stranger to blood. I bleed quite a lot, but I don't recommend getting it everywhere. It's hard to game when you got blood all over the keyboard. Holy moly, my ears might be bleeding out too. Yeah, no kidding.
I'm here to teach you 5 easy steps to improve your boat.
I'd probably
Now, I
watch this
say
video at
improve,
some
it's probably
point.
easier that you start from scratch, so 5 easy steps to make a boat, however you want to see it, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So the first step is nearly always the same, the framework.
Yep.
So making the frame is probably the most important part, because
Okay.
everything to do with building a boat is about the shape.
Yeah.
The details are the last stage in this entire process. So I'm trying to give you some really good angles on what I'm working on here. So I'm trying to create the most boat-like shape I can produce using just log. And I'm trying to just outline and produce the overall shape before I start filling in the hull and everything else. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're making a boat is they start with just a hull and work from there. But if you start with a frame, get the shape right, and then fill it in, you're going to get a much better result. Now, I'm going slightly overboard here, probably just because I know some of you are a little more talented at building, and you probably want to see what more can be done. So I'm producing these extremities of shapes, and even giving general curves on where normally you could just have it straight. So
Yeah.
the biggest piece of advice I can give you for this stage is go on the internet, pick a picture of an actual boat, and try and copy the shape using all of the framework that you can. So you have 1 down the middle, then 2 curving round each side, and then some decoration on the front and the back and the top. Those are based mainly on the black pearl from the Pirates of the Caribbean. So as I'm swerving around, you can kind of get the idea of how this shape.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, we were almost along the right lines. We just needed a little bit more shape. So we're gonna scrap this idea, and we're going to try again over here, and hopefully we'll figure it out. Yes, I remember you. I remember you, Simon. How's it going? This video screams 11 years ago, YouTube. Honestly, though, yeah, I mean, it is definitely an old video. But honestly, once he got into it, it wasn't so bad. It still kind of holds up. Probably a little bit more music in the background or something, but I would still watch that kind of stuff. And that's kind of what I wanted to start with on my YouTube channel. Fun fact, I was actually originally going to be the new old Grian. Grian was basically, you know, the guy you went to for any build decoration that you could possibly ever want or need. And you know, he would have like 100 build ideas for 1.20 or whatever. Not that recent, but maybe probably had it up until 1.14, maybe 1.13, somewhere around there. Anyway, he had those. He had 10 tips to improve your house, 10 tips to improve your boat, things like that. So I was originally actually going to try to fill in that hole in the YouTube space, because once he joined Hermitcraft, he pretty well stopped making those kind of videos. And I was like, well, I could probably do it. Turns out those videos are a lot harder to make than you think. And you also gotta be a really good builder. I'm not a great builder. I'm a good enough builder. I can get by with certain things. But I'm not like super good. So I figured I would kind of take a break from trying to do that. And I instead opted to do stream highlights in the meantime. The stream highlight exclusivity did not work out well. Let's see. I messaged you on Discord, but you didn't answer me. It's because you were trying to sell me stuff. I'm okay on my graphics. I've already got an artist who I go to for everything first. Turns out I was bleeding from 2 forehead holes. Oof. Not great. Not great. Well, hopefully the bleeding stops soon. I'd want to do that, but I can't explain how I build stuff. I just kind of do it. For me, I have to slow down my process and kind of watch myself and figure it out. And that's kind of how it works usually for me. Is, you know, I'm trying to think of how to explain it, you know, like, basically what I do is I imagine, like, my younger brother is, you know, sitting next to me, and he asks me how to do insert thing here. And so I kind of take a step back and I slow it down for a little bit, and I think, okay. So I kind of just do this, and then I do this, and so on and so forth. Well, you know, then I kind of break down, what is this? What am I talking about when I say this? It's like, oh yeah, so what I'm actually doing here is I'm not just laying out logs. You know, I'm using a reference image. And so instead of going, oh yeah, I'm just laying out logs and that's all I'm doing, like, well, I look at reference image and then I try to do my best to copy parts of that image. And so that helps me a little bit. And one thing I did with a video that has been unlisted for a while now. Let me see if I can pull it up. Ooh, I haven't pulled this out in a while. Oh boy. Unmute tab. You want to see this video? It's a beautiful video. So this was released 2 years ago on August 25th, 2021. It's called How to Build Medieval Houses in Minecraft by King Ragnog MC. You can see this very beautiful thumbnail here. This was made literally almost 3 years ago now. And I'll let the video speak for itself.
What's going on today? We are going to be building some houses on Minecraft, and I've got just a few tips and tricks for you today. And I'm already being sniped at.
So okay, we're just gonna skip ahead here.
For this is we need to have uneven numbers. So here I've got a 7 by 11, and that will mean that
this video is like old. It's so dated. I could never do this ever again. Oh. It's bad. It's a bad video. I cringe every time I watch it. But it's a bad video. But as you can see, like, I'm breaking down my method on it. And I think I explain why even.
We get one block center point, so it's easier to add details like windows, flower pots, and doors. So I just laid it out.
It's so
7
bad.
This way, 11 that way. It's very useful to lay out your builds.
Yep.
Do it every time with that castle over there. Did it there.
It's a terrible castle.
Did it with that house way in the distance, and that house over there too, which I didn't finish. Now the second tip I've got.
The very strange timings of this whole video is so terrible. It's so bad. Oh man. I tried so hard during this video because I knew that was like my biggest thing that I hated in most people's videos was if they kept saying and And so I tried my absolute best to avoid saying it at all during the video. And then it just kept happening. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Is always frame out your houses like this. If you're doing a medieval house, frame it just with wood. And I always go 4 blocks up from the average middle. So this is the lowest point, but it's also the average middle. So 1, 2.
I don't know what was going on about it being the average middle and not explaining it, but what I meant by average middle was most of the blocks are on that level. Not that you guys need me to teach you how to build a house, but that point does kind of still stand up. You want to frame it. It gives you some depth. And I didn't explain that very well in this part, but I think 2.1 was 2.1.
Okay, so we could just leave it like this.
What possessed me to just... I'm sorry, this is turning into a roasting session for myself. Oh, that's terrible. What possessed me to just leave it at tip 2.1? Strip it. Yeah, that's a great title, King. Great title card for that.
Okay, now it's time for the fun part. We need to fill in this wall here. So we're going to get rid of all this cobblestone and fill it in with your material of choice. For me today, I'm using concrete on this one, and I'm going to be using brick on the other. So I'm just going to quickly finish digging that all up.
What was my aversion to cutting out some of this? In the video, it's the video really this low quality? I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's supposed to be HD, but it is compressed. It is so compressed. I don't know what happened. But it's in 1080. Concrete? Did he just say concrete in a medieval house? I know, crazy.
And I like to start with my
I guess I never explained why I chose white concrete, but the idea was, it's like, Wattle and Daub kind of houses, and, best material we have for that right now, in my opinion, is white wool, but white wool burns, so I chose white concrete instead. And I still stand by that choice. It looks a little bit wonky, but I think you could fix it up with some more detailing, which I never did.
Material. So we're going to start with concrete, just the white concrete, and then after we're done with that, then we will add in our texture variation. So we're just going to quickly fill this in, and then we'll be back. Okay.
Pro tip,
and now
no
I've got
dirt.
a pro tip for you. If you ever find yourself on walls like this where there's dirt or grass just barely...
Calcite? We didn't have calcite back then, man. This was before calcite. Pretty sure. At least I know the build. The build itself, the area I was building in was before calcite. I think the video is as well, because because after this video, like 3 months afterward, I did a Will the Caves and Cliffs Update Ruin Minecraft video, and that's a crappy video, by the way. Not worth the watch. And that's when calcite was added, so this was before calcite. Nowadays, I would say, yeah, absolutely.
It looks nicer to go ahead and dig that up.
I still stand by this tip. If I see dirt underneath any one of your builds, it's to the dungeons with you guys, I'm sorry. It's like the biggest pet peeve of mine when it comes to Minecraft is when people leave dirt underneath their house. It's like, dude, no, please clean it up.
And either add a foundation block, so if you got stone in your palette, adding stone as your foundation, or just carrying the resource all the way down. It looks nicer in the long run.
Isn't this tip like kind of like duh though? You'd be surprised. I was building this for people who genuinely didn't know how to build anything. So it wasn't more. It wasn't for people who know how to build things anyway. Like, for example, my younger brother probably doesn't know to remove dirt unless he's heard me say it. And the truth of the matter is, he probably doesn't really care too much about how his build looks. But, what am I trying to think? What am I trying to say? Shoot. I forgot, but the point is, yeah, it was made for people who genuinely just they don't usually build a Minecraft, or when they do, it's, you know, it turns out kind of crappy and they don't know why. And one of the biggest reasons that I find that a lot of builds suffer in quality is just the fact that they don't have a foundation to their house. And so it bothers me when I see a lot of houses like that. And that's what that little tip was actually really about. Let's see. So at this time, the target audience was you. Not okay. That's rude. That is rude, but not really. I mean, oh gosh, it was for people even less than me. Like, it was honestly, it was meant for more so people who you would expect to be playing on iPad. That's the kind of that was the kind of people I was targeting with that. And then I did a diagonal build as well, which, by the way, I don't know what I was thinking. It doesn't really look great. But it wasn't awful either, and I don't know why I chose to leave in, what is that, 15 minutes worth of footage there? Gosh.
And here you have it. A straight house.
So bad.
So if you
This
want
is
more
such a bad
tutorials,
video.
leave a like, and I'll do my best to come up with more tutorial designs. Like, I would like to do one about how you design a road, and maybe I'll cover how I do the market stalls. They're really, really simple, so we'll do maybe a road and building decoration tutorial. So maybe we'll add wells and stuff like that.
Honestly, this video would stand up in like probably 2011, 2010, maybe 2012, like at the beginning, before the big like rush came from like really good editing. I say really good editing. When we started to get decent enough at editing that it was good for attention, this video would have held up just fine. It's very reminiscent of the old Minecraft YouTubers where, you know, everything was all in one go. There was very little cuts because editing software wasn't free, or the ones that were available were a pain to use or crashed a lot. But this video came out 3 years ago. By that point, I was already using DaVinci Resolve. That's what that video is made in. It could have used some music. It could have used more cuts. I had to have figured out something to do with the pixelization. I don't know if YouTube compressed it just that much, or if the recording format was bugged up. I don't know. But it was supposed to be in 1080, and YouTube registers it as HD. I mean, it says right here, 1080p HD. But for whatever reason, that's busted. The video could have been 10 minutes long instead of 28 minutes long. I might even remake it just to prove the point, honestly. I'll have to think about it. I wouldn't say no to remaking videos, though. Remaking like old videos. But the point of why I was even showing that to you was more so just due to the fact of like breaking down the process of it all. So, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, so we're gonna frame out the house today. So that's what we're gonna start with, is kind of sketching it out. So, you know, it's gonna be this long and this wide, and you know, that's how I want it to look. But I also think I need to do it in uneven because it's easier to detail it. So it's got to be actually this long, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, you know, doing something like that, and then oh yeah, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna frame it, and the average height is here. So I always go up 4 blocks, and I'm actually going to build this house right here, right now. This is actually the house is so stupidly simple, but it's effective, honestly. I mean, as long as you're not looking too closely at the house, it's not so bad. And then fill in the dirt, but in this case, I actually would probably use cobblestone as my foundation, not normie stone, or not normie planks, sorry. Gosh, I can't build. I think one of the best parts of that video, though, and probably the best tip I have for anybody out there, when you're building something, and especially in like a city or a village, do your windows as if it were a real like a real build from that time period. If you're doing like a medieval house, then you would want to conserve your glass as much as possible. And you wouldn't waste it by looking at a hill, or not necessarily a hill, but a wall especially. Oh, not windows, sorry, glass. So you would want it to make it count, and I found that to kind of be helpful because you had a reason for everything being the way it was. Spruce, and we'll do dark oak. I always did the 2 tones here. It always just looked better in my opinion. I'm trying to remember, I think I did this. It's not quite big enough for me to do the full way I usually do it, but this isn't bad. And then it would just kind of be like, I remember how it's supposed to be done. It's been a while. Maybe something like that. Yeah, something like that anyway. See, I sent you a good Minecraft medieval tutorial sent to me by my build instructor. I mean, like, I'm done with those kind of tutorials, but I'll check it out after stream. I would like to revisit the idea, but outside of that, I'm pretty well done with it, to be honest. I don't know if anyone could actually make a successful YouTube channel necessarily off of that. Just simply because everybody wants entertainment only, and it's hard to do edutainment. You have to have a very, very specific skill set for that. Let's see. So in this case, just like do that. I don't really like that though. What I would usually do is right, something like, well, actually no, I would even consider doing this. That's kind of my go-to when it comes to comes down to it. Or alternatively, you could add a flower box like dirt, right? And just go something like that. Oops. And you can add some flowers there, but I'm too lazy. Let's see. King, respectively, that looks like a shed. Well, I mean, it's small. That's kind of the point, though, is it's supposed to be more so a starter kind of thing. You build it once, you kind of are done with it afterwards. But if I added more time and willpower to actually work on it, it wouldn't be that crappy. But you know, I threw that together in what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, probably less than that, really. More so to just prove a point of like, it's a simple house, and honestly, I did more with it this time than I did even in the video. I don't think I added a flower box, and I'm not sure I even did. I think I don't even know if I added the windows in the video, to be honest. And really, if you wanted to add more interest to it, to make it not look like a shed and actually lived in, you would want stairs. That's what I would do. Not those stairs. I think dark oak might work. No, you gotta do spruce. And then do like a couple of slabs, maybe. I don't like that. Oops. Could do a upside down stair here. Add some more depth. You could do a lantern. Lanterns are cool. Stick that right there or wherever, really. Could do like one of these. And suddenly it's like, whoa, that's way more cool. It's not really all that cool. Or add... It's really not the house that you need to be worried about, is one thing that I think a lot of people miss. It's more so the things surrounding the house. Because... watch this. I mean, we can ignore the fact that the farm is way larger than the house. But, if we added, like, some, what's it called? Seeds? And just really quickly, and I mean really, really quickly. Just did something like this. And I fully intend on keeping this terrain differential because it adds more interest. But just this alone will make it look more lived in my opinion. I mean, it'll still probably look like a shed just due to size alone. But, I think it'll look okay. Probably something more like that, I think, would be okay. So something like that. And then if I just turn the tick rate up, slash game rule. How do you turn up tick rate? I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. Hi Diabolical, how's it going? I think this my favorite stream. Well, I appreciate it. I feel like I'm not doing a great job right now, I'm gonna be honest. But I appreciate it. Random tick speed, that's the one I'm looking for. We'll just set that to 100 really quick and watch this. This should all grow pretty quickly, all things considered. And you know what, we could probably set it to 1,000. And that'll fix it for me, for the most part. What I might also do is add like some sort of flower, natural, sorry. I always go with like a more neutral tone, like a azure bluette. And I also like blue orchids. They kind of turn out pretty okay, I think. I think on this one you only need probably one flower. And I would probably put it right there, because you want to draw attention to the door. You want to try to draw attention away from the blank spaces, and instead have, like, you know, interest in other places. In my opinion, that's what I usually do. It's going good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. While you're talking about my favorite thing in this life and doing it at the same time, I love building in Minecraft more than my girlfriend. But don't tell her that. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Wow. What's up, King? Sorry for being late. Just got home. No worries, Pi. Good to see you. How's it going, dude? Hey, Reg, you should make a creative server for playing with viewers, and you should give plots for them to build in and have a building competition. I would love to, but it's expensive to run servers. This weekend is going to be a very expensive weekend, but it's already been funded and paid for. But I'm upgrading our survival server right now, and it's gonna cost like 125, was it? I don't remember, but that's only for 6 months worth of the server, so I mean, it eats up the budget pretty quick. However, when we're making some more money, I would love to do that. I can't wait till we do it. In fact, the creative server is my next kind of goal, I think. Okay. I'm trying to think what else you might add to this build to make it more interesting. I mean, obviously you can add like some custom terrain. That's always one thing to do. Outside of that, your next best bet would be adding either a second house next to it or expanding this house, because it is one of those things of it is so small that you can't really add much detail to it. What I would consider doing would be, could I do another one of these? Yeah. So you could do that, adds a little bit more detail. And then you could do possibly some spruce trapdoors. I don't like that. You kind of have to start experimenting after a while. If you had all of your pillars open, you could do stuff like that. Adds another level of detail, but problem being your flower box is too close, so you can't really do that. You could do an interior, absolutely. Even if it's just replacing the floor, you won't necessarily notice that you notice, but you'll notice, if that makes any sense. It's something that you subconsciously can see. And then, just quickly do something like this. And it's gonna be like a quick and dirty villager interior sort of deal, but it'll be fine. We'll just grab ourselves a red bed, and we'll put it right here. Grab ourselves a chest. And that could go probably right here. Could also do one right here. And I'm also going to put something up here, probably a flower pot. And we'll get ourselves a blue orchid as well. And put that there. And I'm trying to think, there was one thing I also wanted to put on the shelf, but I can't remember. So I'm gonna scroll through everything and find it. Oh, right, a lantern. A little bit more light. Sometimes that also draws some interest in. And so suddenly, boom, like, whoa, it looks a little bit more interesting because there's actually stuff in there. So when you're walking by, you might not necessarily know that you know, and you see stuff in there, but it feels more finished, just instinctively. Let's see, I'll pay for the idea. I mean, Maybe. I don't know exactly when we're gonna be able to fundraise for that one in specific. Once King SMP is all set up, yes, absolutely. Let's see. Pretty good eating some fire fruit loops right now. Hey, let's go. I miss when it was only red beds. I kind of do too. The red bed is just supreme, you know? Fun creative tip, you can get like types of blocks by doing things like hashtag flowers, hashtag wood, hashtag stone beds. Okay. Sure enough. I'm always just so used to like console edition menus. We didn't have search on console, I don't think, for at least not for the longest time, and so it was always just easier to scroll through the inventory, and I'm still hardwired to do that. I need to get better about searching. Although I did do flower at first here, which admittedly was one thing I could have just done. Boom. But I didn't. It's interesting that this counts as hashtag flowers. I didn't think about that either, but that would be a good one. Leaves, like hedges, wouldn't be a bad thing either to have somewhere. One thing I do also like is sometimes you can add vines to the build, and that does also kind of look okay. Okay, slash tick rate 1. And then if I just got some string. Oops. Thank you. Just something very small and simple like that, you know. Adds a little bit more. But, you know, it went from a really, really boring house to being suddenly like, oh yeah, that's acceptable. Within just a matter of a couple of minutes of us adding like, oh yeah, let's add a farm, let's add a flower pot, let's add an interior. And like, sure, it doesn't stand up on its own necessarily unless you're building it as like a starter house. But if it was in a village, you would you wouldn't really give it a second thought, because that's the thing about like building cities and villages. Most people aren't looking at the individual houses. And so, you know what? Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so let me turn that off. Let me see if I can show you guys something. I have to boot up the server, but I think I can get it to work. We'll see. Okay, slash join. Okay, I'll let it start up first, but once the server's started, I can show you guys what I'm talking about in action here. It's a cheat. It is 100% a cheat in terms of building. Like, you should absolutely put as much effort as you can into each build, but if you really are struggling to get stuff done and you're just wanting to build a kingdom, this is this is probably my top tip, honestly. My building career started on Xbox 360. Search wasn't a thing till Bedrock came to console. Some friends' creative world building some things. Maybe you should go back to tutorials. That was really helpful. Like, if I showed that clip of you building that house to a non-builder, it would really help them. I might have to think about it. I would like to start doing tutorials at some point, like some sorts of tutorials anyway. More so for the new stuff whenever that comes out. But I don't know. We'll see. When is it gonna load? It's really struggling to boot up the server. This is my server from like I think it started in 1.14. It was just me and like 2 friends, and then my brother joined later on, and we just kind of played off and on. I played the most, I would say. Just simply due to the fact that I had more time than them. Is it really not going to load me in? Continue. It's struggling. Let me pull up the Minehut website and see if I can bust my way in. Is it this account or is it the other account? Oh, I found it. Okay, I'm on. Okay, let me just F3 and C that. F3 and D that, and I'll show you guys. So this doesn't matter. We were starting over last time we played. So if I TP myself to 0, 100, 0, you guys are gonna see stuff that I haven't shown off on stream in a very, very long time. So we were digging 100 by 100 hole all the way down to original bedrock. It's now deep slate, but we can ignore that. I don't know why everything's kind of staticky, but it is, so we'll turn on shaders instead. So this is what I had been working on for the longest time. And let me pull up my stats here for you guys to enjoy. I have played on this server 7.27 days, apparently. I feel like it's been more than that, but that's what it says. I may have accidentally deleted player data or something. Who knows? Here's your hydrate, Swifty. Thank you. Okay. But this is what I was talking about. Also, this is the world that I did the intro screen to, because I didn't have any other worlds before that. A lot of this was actually done. A lot of this was actually done through through stream as well. Like, I think this build here was done on stream. But as you can see, when you kind of come in here, most of the focus isn't so much on the fact that there's houses here, and it's not focused on the houses. It's just like, oh man, this is a city. This is a set piece I think I built, so it had like some interest to it. The castle looks horrible. I tried. I thought I could do it. It needed, well, I can tell you what's wrong. And in fact, this might be something I do on another video, is just roasting my own builds. If you look directly above it, look at it. Okay? You know, I can actually zoom in. I'm on the right instance right now. Look at it. Tell me what you see. Tell me if you can see what shape this whole castle is. I'm sure you can tell by now it is entirely a square. It is 100% a square, not even a rectangle. It is a 50 by 50 castle. And for some reason I was like, oh yeah, that seems like a really cool idea in my mind. And I even tried to texture it, but I got lazy about halfway through it. Is it bad I saw the Twin Towers? You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. And this tower, I don't know what I was thinking, but it's a tower. It's a tower. Now, one thing we did that was really cool, I thought, was we did a 50 by 50 hole all the way down to bedrock. Original bedrock. It's now all deep slate, but we did that without diamond tools because I didn't have too many diamonds to spare really at that time, and so I had an iron farm, and that's what I hooked my friends up with. It's supposed to be a really nice basement with all the things in it, but didn't ever get around to it. But regardless of that, the castle was like the interesting thing about the whole build. Oh, that's the first thing I built on stream. The crane. In fact, if you guys want a little bit of a recreation, I got you. It was something like, I was probably right about here. Let's see if I can do it. Hey, ready? Hey guys, if anyone's watching, hello, and if nobody's here, then I'm talking to myself. And then I flew off. Oh, I'm gonna... I forgot, I restarted on this world. I don't have my wings. And that was basically how that started. Was all in that little house right there. And a lot of this is new, but a lot of it isn't. But the whole point was, like, the interesting point was I just wanted to build a castle and everything else came afterwards. And so you'll kind of notice if I do this right, I don't have cinematic mode on. I actually did this all the intro screen without replay mod because I didn't know how to use it and it scared me. And so that's why it's so choppy when I change heights and such. But it kind of comes in through this way, if I remember correctly. And you can see these cliffs here. I think... I'm trying to remember, did I do these on stream or before I was streaming? I don't remember. But it kind of comes up and around like this, but the whole point was I just wanted to build a castle, so I did it, and then I built all these houses. Now you might notice, because you guys have been pointed out to it, that the castle was the only thing I actually intended on building. You might notice that all these houses are either very, very, very similar, or they are exactly the same. That's one of the really great things you can do with builds, is you can pretty much make them the exact same and nobody's gonna notice. Now, I should have done more variations than this. Like, I should have had at least like 4 or 5 different roof designs. I should have had some different layouts. I made all of mine rectangles or diagonal rectangles. I will say the diagonals don't look terrible. Some of them do. Let me see if I can find one I like. Actually, you know what? The one I like the most is probably this one, and I built that on that tutorial video. And, you know, it's one of those things, you live and you learn, and that's one thing I definitely learned. This never got finished. Man, I have not played in this world in a while. But, you know, if you're just kind of waltzing through and you're just kind of not necessarily looking at each and every thing, but you're just like, oh man, this is really cool. It's a survival world. It's got a big town. You're just kind of running through. It looks like there's so much more here than there actually is. And it's just because I made everything so compacted with each other that you really couldn't see the duplicate houses anywhere. Fun fact, okay? Fun fact, there's a shot in the intro screen that bugs me to no end, and it's why I really, really want to replace it. It's this shot right here. I don't know what I was thinking, but I panned it in towards the horses, and it just kind of does a full 360 and then blacks out. And then it resumes going down this way. It bugs me so much that I've thought about even just redoing the whole intro sequence with the same exact stuff. Same world, but redoing it in replay mod because it would be way quicker to do. And then cutting out that bit. But yeah, no. And you'll notice I got a little bit more brave with some things. Like this house, for example, I did this on stream. It's ugly, but it was an attempt at something different. The stables was something I got a little bit interested in. The armory was kind of interesting. We never added TNT. I meant to add TNT to it. This was something that we added after the fact. The cliffs was all custom made. Trying to think. But yeah, you can kind of see where we got a little bit creative and added different things. And that's really the secret, I guess. At the end of the day, you can dress up something that is so ugly by adding things around it to take the attention off it. I would argue that the reason my build wouldn't necessarily be crap is just simply due to the fact that it's large. It's hard to fill in space like that, but there's just enough there to decorate it to keep it from looking completely and utterly garbage. I would say this stretch right here could have used work, but this is my first stretch. I literally started from the castle gates and worked my way down. And so that's why you'll notice like anything close to the gate is kind of like uninspired a little bit, and then once you get a little bit farther out, it's kind of like, okay, he got a little bit more out of his comfort zone, and it started to work out a little bit better. Here's your dab. Maybe you can do a sitcom intro with the living room. I could. I think what I might do, and I'm trying to think exactly how I want to go about it, but I'm thinking I'm gonna still do a similar idea to what we did the first time around. So, it's still gonna be the flying through the build, but it's gonna do some newer up-to-date builds, and I think it'll go through a couple of builds. In fact, it'll be my King SMP stuff, and I might even do some montage moments alongside it as well, and have that go alongside the living room thing. We can leave this world now. I just need to teleport myself back. Okay. I should be fine now. Let me hide that scene. And we'll get back into the other world. Okay. Right. There we go. What was I gonna say? There was something else I wanted to say about the living room thing. I don't know. Anyway, I thought the countdown fading into the montage was great. It fit. Honestly, though, I felt like I did it. The first time I did it was just to surprise you guys with it. I was like, I'm doing nothing for the 3-year King anniversary except making a video, and I realized, the day of, that most of you guys watch my live streams and not my videos. So I was like, well, I probably should do something more than just a video. And so I was like, I can at least include this there because some people don't watch my videos at all. And as sad as that makes me, I also know I might as well bring it to them some other way if I can. Okay, I wanted to look at a real-life boat. Yeah, colonial boat of some sort. Maybe a British colonial boat. What we got in that? What we got in the way of this? Let's see what we got. Jamestown. Ooh, okay, let's see this. Yeah, there's some good ships there. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I have a good reference. Let me send you something sent. Swift 2. Oh, that's awful, but that's amazing. Very beautiful reference. Yes. Very, very good. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I love it. Okay, what kind of boat do I want to go with here? I think that's a good enough reference, at least for the framing. So let's open this. There we go. Okay, so how do you do that? It's really hard to get a good preview image on these things. That's what I'm noticing. So that's actually not a good reference image. Okay. See what kind of medieval ships we can find. Okay. I wish I could come up with jokes that just fit the moment like that more. You get really good at it after a while. It's very it's a practiced skill, weirdly enough, even though it's something that you can't necessarily practice. But after you do it once or twice, it's like it starts to become an easier habit, I guess. Sounds weird, but Pinterest has some great like art that are good for references. Yeah, I might have to go there. We'll see. Let's see. It might help to also put in like what the ship's purpose is. So if it was like a cargo ship, for example. Okay. That has yielded better results. That's a Minecraft build. Let's see. The build for the build competition is from Pinterest. Honestly, yeah, I mean, I've used Pinterest a handful of times. I don't use it a ton. I should probably use it more. But I don't really touch it all that much, to be honest. Okay, let's kind of go based off this image then. I can at least get some decent shape out of it. Okay, if we're going far back, ships had one big purpose in the 1800s that, hang on. If we're going far back, ships had one big purpose in the 1800s that might show some boats. Hang on. I'm trying to decipher what that means. For some reason, the dots just aren't connecting. It's not your fault. I can assure you that. My brain's just kind of a little bit dead right now. So this one kind of has like a swoop to it, you know? Something kind of similar to this anyway. And then see if I can kind of do that. And see, that's actually not what you guys think it is. That is The joke with slave ships? Oh boy. Oh boy. But it would fit with your base? I mean, it would. It would. Let me see. Suddenly I'm going to be put on a list, aren't I? Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh. This is great imagery. Put some villagers in the bottom of it would be kind of funny. I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted. Oh boy. King, you're already on every list. That's true. That is true. Okay. I mean, it adds lore. True. I mean, it certainly does add lore. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reduce the curve on this level anyway. And then, aren't the waters like frozen in the area? There is some frozen water, but there's not like a ton. It would be to the south of me, or where I'm going to be building this boat anyway. But I do intend to build over there a little bit, I think. Maybe the lure is you were transporting some and the waters froze because the boat to be froze. Oh, okay, hang on. I cannot read. Maybe the lure is you were transporting some and the waters froze because the boat, causing the boat to be froze, and the villagers to get out and start a village or something. That could work. That very well could work. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I'll have to think about that. I will have to think about that. Okay. So it would kind of be something similar to this anyway. I think. That is slowly becoming more and more banana in shape. I need to joke around more often. To be honest, some of the best things I've ever done came out of jokes. The time I killed my friend's cats was like one of the best singular pieces of lore I have ever created. And it was simply due to an accident of a joke. It was just like, oh yeah, she hasn't been on in a while. Let me just go kidnap her cats and then, you know, maybe she'll come back on because of that. And, I kidnapped the cats, but the cats died, and we had like a good, like, 2 hours of banter going back and forth of like, oh yeah, no, I lied. Your cats are actually alive. And then I let her believe that for a while, and then I told her again that her cats are dead. It was a good time. It was a really good time. I don't regret it one bit. But it all started really out of a joke there, and I'm so thankful that I had time to joke. I'm gonna apply to Harvard as a joke when I graduate. Honestly, man, give it a try. What's the worst that could happen, you know? They say no, oh no, like, what are you ever gonna do? It's like you didn't want to go anyway, you know, it's fine. Okay. This isn't awful. At least I feel like it's not awful. Something still feels off about it. I'm not even really doing anything all that methodically. It's just kind of happening. And you know what? I'm okay with that. You just gotta let it happen, you know? Oop, back in. So like this. One, two, three. Okay. Okay, that's not terrible. So now what I just have to do is make sure that the framing is put in the right spot. Oh. Wow. I just got really awfully tired really fast. My goodness. Did you guys hear that? Let me see if I can get it to do it again. We're gonna put the mic closer this time though. Okay, let's try it. I don't think you guys can hear it all. I'm cracking my shoulder, and it feels like it might like be a bad idea. It very well might be a bad idea, but I am doing it, so like that's cool, I guess. Trying to think of jokes that went well, but my brain can't brain today. Today was a long day. Like it was just thing after thing. Nothing went right. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I get you though. I'm right up there with you in a lot of those cases. Oh wait, hang on. I'm doing some of this wrong. So do that. Oh yeah. And then something like this is a little bit tough to get done, but I think that has the shape down. That's not terrible. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I don't know. I will be right back. I need to take a break. It's been 2 hours, and you know, I try to take a break every 2 hours if I can. It's good for me to stretch and all that. Plus I need more water. So I'll be right back, and then we'll try to come back to this and see if I can figure it out and make it look pretty. All right, see you guys here in a minute. Okay, we're back again. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I am so tired. We might, depending on how this boat goes, we'll see where we're at with things. But I might change gears and do something a little bit different. 'Cause we have that Be Right Back screen area, but I need to make a backing track for it. Ideally, I'd like a couple of different music for it, but I'll do what I can, and it'll be fine. But we need to have some music, so we might do a little tiny bit of a music stream. We'll have to wait and see though. You know what? I can't fill in the hole yet, cause Brian didn't tell me I can. So let me pull up the video again, and let's see if I can show you this. Yes, I can. Alright, let's see what he says about filling in the hole.
Works. So it's done now, so we need to work on the hull, which is the second step. So I'm just taking spruce wood and filling in one block behind the frame all of the wood. Now this part here that I'm filling in is the easy bit because it lacks shape. I mean, you can add a little bit here and there with the half slab, but for the most part you don't have to worry. This here is the tough bit.
Yeah.
So I've turned it on its side so you can see the shape of the hull. Now from the bottom, it actually extends quite far out just flatly before curving up into a steep incline. You really need to get that good curvature first on maybe just a single layer before you start filling it out, because that's the entire basis of this boat shape.
Oh,
And you
not
can
done.
see that even once I filled it in, I keep on editing the hull of the ship just to try and get that amazing shape. You need to have the curvature correct. If that means taking a step back, looking at it, editing it block by block, so be it. I have to edit mine a lot. That curve at the back is really essential for boats because it's part of that overall shape. Now, you'll see that I'm only doing half, and I did it indeed only do half with the frame. That's because a boat is symmetrical, and I'm able to use World Edit to save myself probably about 2 hours of time by doing so. So I'm just using World Edit to flip it over and paste it. Obviously, if you don't have World Edit, you just replicate it over on the other side, no problem. And that's the end of step 2.
No problem. No problem. Alright. Let's give it a try, shall we? I'm not too confident on this one. Now, he did use slabs as well, it looks like. So he kind of goes out like that. And that's a little too steep. What we might be able to do is something like that, maybe. I think it needs to be a little bit less on this side, perhaps. That'll give me one extra block to work with as well. Now that's not quite what I was hoping for either. So it might need to, it's looking like it either needs to go deeper or the width is too wide. How do I want to go about this? I'm honestly not sure. I mean, what are we looking at when it comes to straight line? Like, quite literally, you do this. Go a straight line by the bottom. So how do I want to work out this curve a little bit? Do something like this. It's got to stay relatively flat as well. Even extending out past it isn't really working all that well. Okay. So one thing I tend to do when I'm trying to draw shapes is I turn it into a triangle. And let's say my goal is to round out this triangle, which it is. You know, we've got, you know, each of the corners, and we're trying to round out this corner so that it looks okay. So one thing we can do is kind of reduce this side a little bit. Which you're not really supposed to be able to do with shapes too much, but I'm able to do it here. So I think what I'll do is probably right here. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. And then something like that, maybe. How's that look? That's not bad. Did that actually work? I don't hate it. I do not hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm out of energy today, jeez. Goodness. Okay. I'm wondering how I can fix that. So theoretically, right, if I were to do this right here as well, it shouldn't be able to work, but just theoretically, yeah. So it goes out too far there. So, I would think probably get away with okay. I don't like it. I do not like it. Guess who's back? Back again? Hey, how's it going, Swifto? Oops, I didn't really mean to clear out that part. It was okay there. Let's see. Okay. It looks so simple to take a curve and copy it around, but it's so hard. It really is. I don't know. I really don't know. uh, um... Man... This is not on the list of hard things to do today, like... I don't know what I'm struggling with exactly, but it's bad. If only Green was here, yeah, like, if I got an idea, guys, okay? Hear me out. We need something, though. So we need a cauldron, okay? Then we need, some, like, some of this. And let's just get ready here. And I think if we do this right, I might be able to summon him. Hear me out, okay? I've got this. I've done this at least once. And then we just need a little bit of a mirror here. Okay, you ready? If I look in the mirror and I say his name 3 times, he appears, right? Okay, I got this. Green. 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 I don't know how long it takes for it to work, but theoretically it should work now. I mean, I've done everything I know how to do to summon him. I'd even build a rustic house if it would summon NPC Grian. Gosh, it's been so long since we've seen him. Oh gee, NPC Grian. NPC Grian was like, he was the original lore to anything and everything all at the same time. He just belonged everywhere. It was great. Let me throw something together. Okay. Part of me was really hoping coincidentally, like, it would have somehow just been a coincidence that it did summon like a really talented builder who could build all my boats for me. But alas, it did not. I don't know. Like, the shape looks fine. It's just the hole itself is a pain. And I don't know how to... I don't know how to yeah. Hmm. Okay, well, I don't think I can get myself to do it right now. You can only try and fail so many times in a certain time period before you go, okay, I need to do something else. So I need to think, what else can I do right now? Let's see if inspiration has struck back in the BRB Screen room. If not, then we might be in some trouble. we're in some trouble. Hmm. One thing I might try as well is just add some more depth. Well, simple thing, name the cat and dog. Well, I mean, it's gonna be an F1 anyway. So you won't even be able to see, you won't be able to see their names. But it would be a simple thing. Also, I don't think I like the depth. Let me see how it looks with shaders. That's kind of what I need to prepare for. Yeah, I don't like that. Think for a little bit here. What could we do? We could do... I'm gonna be honest, I'm at a loss right now. I don't know what happened to me, but I feel like I just fell off a cliff or something. It's not... The creativity just kind of got zapped out of me or something. I hate it when this happens. Cause it's like I've only been here for 2.5 hours, but I don't know. Could just play some Stardew. I could. I've been trying to save that for Tuesday and Thursday though. I guess probably Wednesday as well. I just don't want today to be exclusively Stardew. Or not today, this week. Besides Friday. Friday is supposed to be King SMP. I'll tell you what. Oh, hey. How's it going, Osmosis? Let me give you a shout out. What are you guys up to? You guys haven't already, be sure to follow Osmosis Ghost with the button at the top of chat or the link that's also in chat. You guys are playing some Minecraft. Nice. What were you guys getting up to in Minecraft, if you don't mind me asking? We're trying to build, but I'm struggling to get anything done. I've been attempting anyway to build this boat here. And I don't know what it is about the boat, but I cannot seem to get it to go. So if any of you happen to know how to build boats, tips are greatly appreciated. Maybe some pro builders happen to be in this raid. Yeah, that would be great. Hey Faith. Not much, just watching this week. Was over... Hang on. Not much, just watching this week was over because we have an insanely amount of appointments this week and I'm ready for it to be over. Fair enough. Wishing. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I hear you. I've had too many things to do and not enough time to do it this week. So, I get it. Hopefully those appointments are all going well though, and hopefully things can get back to normal for you soon. Through the Ages today, we're on 1.6, trying to, but failing to find diamonds. Fair enough. Diamonds in 1.6, that's gonna be fun. I've been wanting to do a good amount of playing through all the Minecraft updates, and I've got a little bit of an idea in mind on how I'm gonna do it, but we'll see. We'll see if I get around to it. But 1.6 diamonds, yeah, that's gotta be... See, they raised the rates in 1.17, I think it was, and then they raised them again in 1.19, I think. But yeah, 1.6. It's gotta be tough. You might be reduced down to strip mining if that's a viable tactic there. The ghosts are coming to haunt you. Hey, Elle, how's it going? Good to see you. Elle knows how to make boats. There she is. I mean, if you would happen to have any advice on this, boats are not my forte, and I feel dead inside after trying a couple of times. Osmo Raid, sorry, fashionably late. Hey, Stray Clay, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Always late. Sorry, I didn't mean for my southern accent to come out of that. My family's from the south, and I got to talk to my stepsister who's currently in Virginia, and when I talked to my family from out of state, I began talking like I'm from there again. Fair enough. I grew up in Florida. Florida and Alabama for 6 years, 5 years in Florida, 1 year in Alabama, and now I live in West Virginia, and I've lived here for three years, I think, and yeah, 3 years, and everybody around here talks with a very strong Southern accent, and it's great. Nothing like holding out their long eyes. It's great. Out there, yeah, strip mining is what I'm doing at the moment. Oh gosh, good luck. That looks like a sumo diaper. Oh no way. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I mean, hear me out. We convert this build on over, and we just build like really large legs. Gosh, I mean, hang on. We might be onto something. Perfect cover up. I don't really know how to build organics, to be honest. Not my forte, but I kind of remember when I was trying to, it was just kind of place blocks at random and hope it looks good. And you know what? Proportionally speaking, that's off. But if I kept going, theoretically, I'd get to a kneecap eventually. The kneecap isn't supposed to be here, but I'm not gonna throw in enough effort for that one. Although a sumo wrestler would be a really fun build. That one could be a lot of fun. My brother-in-law currently resides in Alabama, where he was born and raised, and I don't get to talk to him much anymore since my sister passed 5 years ago. But it still does. But it still doesn't get to hear from him. Ooh. I lived in Alabama for about a year, and I'm gonna be honest, Alabama's not for me. But people there are weirdly enough not my favorite there. But you know, outside of that, you know, it's a lovely place, beautiful state, really. Hi, King Fun Story. I have to get my mom to write a paper declaring she won't pay for my needs so I can get welfare. Why? I don't know. I'm an adult. Why are they following my mother? Yeah, that seems strange. Canada, you know. Canada. Alabama something. Basically, I'll be off my meds for like a week, maybe two, because I don't have the 25 I need for the bus and meds. That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that, Nagi. I don't know why they're choosing to make this so incredibly difficult. They should have told you, you know, way back when you first contacted them about the money that they needed that. For some reason, they didn't. but they should have. Let's see. As I can tell you, my brother-in-law from Alabama, he is absolutely hilarious to listen to when I get anywhere near my family from Virginia or from the South. My favorite thing about the people in Alabama is they'll say Diddy instead of like dad or daddy. They call their fathers Diddy, and I just find that so funny. I find that so funny. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is kind of interesting and funny to me. If it weren't for my Medicaid, I wouldn't be able to pay for any of my medication. The total of my medication per month comes out probably close to $3,000 to $4,000, maybe $5,000. It's yeah, prescriptions are insane here. It's part of the issue, but also so interesting thing. The government isn't allowed, or legally speaking, the government really isn't supposed to interfere with the market and regulate pricing on medical equipment because it's a free market. However, at certain points, they need to step in and kind of go, hey, you guys are price gouging. We're going to fund people who are going to charge less, because here's the truth of the matter. It does not cost them anywhere near... hang on. I could probably tell you. Let's see. What do I got here? This is for my... Let's see. Let's just have my information on it. I'm trying to see. I've got some medicines here and some prescriptions, but here we go. So retail price for this prescription ointment is $68. It doesn't even cost them half that to make it. Now with insurance, it costs me nothing. And truth of the matter is, that's why in a lot of places, the government just pays for it, but you pay your tax dollars. It basically is its own insurance there, except you still have long lines, which kind of sucks. But there we go. For example, if the government would just fund people and give them grants to make and sell medicine for cheaper, a lot of that issue with the medical field would be solved. And yet, it's not. And partially because it funds their pockets. Both sides do it. It's not just one or the other. Yeah, they're both very guilty of it. That's your daily political input from King. Let's see. Blood thinners alone cost over $1,500 a month. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. But good news about money, I'll get back paid, so I'll get 1.5K first pay. And yeah, a third has to go to rent, but still I'll be able to get a PC next month like that. My meds are $45 without my mom's benefits, technically $170 with my sleep meds. When I get approved for what we refer to as a disability here in the States, I'll hopefully be able to afford to buy my parents Chrysler Town and Country off them. Dude, Chrysler Town and Countries are single-handedly, like, one of my favorite vehicles. They are so versatile. We've had 2 of them in my lifetime. I'm kind of bummed we didn't get a third, but my mom kind of moved into the SUV phase. But the Town and Countries, dude, they are such good vehicles, and they last forever. My brother bought the one off my parents. He bought it off them like a couple years back and only just recently got rid of it, but it had over like 200,000 miles on it. And he would have kept it too if he knew for a fact it would pass inspection. But we weren't sure if it would because we weren't sure if anything had gone bad in it really. And you know, you kind of want that stuff to work and work well. Plus, it was having trouble holding a charge, if I remember correctly. There were several issues with it, but it probably would have worked had, you know, we put a little bit more money into it. But we had that one for probably 10 years, honestly, and the one before that, I don't even know how long we had. We had it before I was born. Let's see, I just want my PT Cruiser back. PT Cruisers are fun. My dad used to have one of those. My daughter's Adderall, if it weren't for Medicaid or Adderall each month, would be almost $300 for a 30-day supply. That's crazy. I hated that PT Cruiser. Bruh. PT Cruisers are fun. If you guys want to know, I take... That's actually not bad. I take medicine for my thyroid. And apparently this one's actually a cheaper one. It's probably because it's not name brand, thankfully. But $14 retail. Thankfully $0 due to insurance, but that's definitely not name brand. And arguably it's not a high dose either. It's higher than what it was. That might even be one of my old doses too. Let's see. She hated it because she had to sit low. Oh. PT Cruisers are death traps. When I was in high school, my stepfather unintentionally went from behind in an intersection near a local Goodwill on icy roads and did a full 360. They are really bad when it comes to sliding. They do that. That's how we actually ended up losing ours. My brother was driving and he hit a patch of ice, and it started spinning and it sent him into the ditch. He rolled. But yeah, that was a fun time. Your dad sucks at driving. I'm talking about both. When my stepfather hit that PT Cruiser, luckily I was at school when it happened, because had I have seen that, it would have scared the crap out of me. Oh, I bet. I have been fortunate enough to survive way too many car accidents without a scratch. So I know, like, I'm running out of chances when it comes to those. So I try to avoid them like any human should. Anyway, I've survived a couple of those, and it's just like, yeah, no, I probably shouldn't. I should be really careful. Really careful. I don't drive as much as I used to, though. I've been slacking off. I'm gonna go for a bit. I might come back later if you're still alive. Alright, sounds good, Nuggy. Sounds good. Have a good rest of your night. Good luck with the money people and your mom. I know it's been a long process, but hopefully everything kind of smooths itself over. Jeez. I kind of spun out when I had my Saturn SC. Oh, Saturns. I forgot about those. My daughter was about 4 or 5 months old at the time. We were on our way to her appointment, and I hit a patch of ice and spun out, and it scared me so bad I was crying. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm gonna get something... I can read. I promise I can read. I'm gonna get myself something to eat. Enjoy the rest of your stream, man. Thank you very much, Osmosis. Thank you again for the raid. And I hope your dinner, lunch... I guess it's probably dinner time. I hope your dinner is lovely. I figured it out. Okay. I'm all ears, Swifto. Or eyes. Or It figures it out, sorta. Okay. I need to. I need any and every information. I'm lost. I'm very, very lost. I sent you my boat? Okay. Okay. I see. So I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know how to do it. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna take another break. And maybe when I come back, magically I can do it. I'm avoiding my problems like a real man. Let's go. Okay. That little girl is almost 8 years old and growing like a dragon weed. I amen to that. My niece, she's probably 5 years old now, and every time I see her, it's like, how are you getting so tall? I don't know how it happens, but they they grow up way quicker than we want them to. That's for sure. Hey man, sorry to interrupt your stream, but you look like a guy with great taste in shows. Can you recommend me a good TV show to watch? But not very famous because I've seen all the famous ones. Thank you in advance. I don't really watch much TV to be honest, but if you have Disney Plus, it was popular when it came out, but I don't think it's really all that popular anymore. Check out Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That one's a good one. Or if you like animated stuff, rather, the old animated Spider-Man TV series from the 90s is pretty good. You want one that's really niche, that's Spider-Man, but was peak. Spectacular Spider-Man was great. Depending on how old you are, I can recommend this next one. It's very graphic and features a lot of stuff that's not safe for children. But there's a show called Dexter. That one's great. Again, cannot recommend it for anyone with under the age of 18. Most certainly not. Lots of things not good for the eyes. Here's your hydrate. Thank you, Frost. And posture check. Thank you. My daughter is 4'4" and I'm 5'3". I don't like it. She should not be 7 years old, going on dang near 5 feet. That is actually really tall now I think about it. Cause I'm 6 foot, so that would be compared to me probably about there. Goodness. She's gonna be tall. She's gonna be tall. Good luck, Faith. Good luck. It's hard to explain, so I'm gonna send a video of it. Okay. Sounds good. I've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was amazing, dude. It's a very, very good show. I love Dexter. Dexter's good. My cousin is 9 and 5'7", almost as tall as me. Jeez. Dexter, ooh, I was thinking about starting it. Okay, I'm gonna watch it now. Thank you, man. Thank you. No problem. No problem, Cream. Thank you for the follow and for popping in. Hope you enjoyed the show. And here's your dab, Frost. Okay. My everything hurts right now. I'm going to go be an old man really quick. I'm going to go get some more water and some ibuprofen. I'm going to come back and we're going to try to fix this boat. So in the meantime, I'm going to run an ad. That way you guys don't get those while I'm actually conversing with you guys. And hopefully I'll see you guys when I get back. But if not, I hope you have a good. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Jeez, words are hard. Words are very hard. Also love the Christian tag on your stream. Well, thank you. I don't know if I've ever been complimented on being a Christian, but this is a first. I will say, Krim, Dexter very much, depending on your beliefs and such, might not be a good one, for you. So just kind of take a look at the content warnings in there and see where you're at with it. It's very much up to personal preference, but teach their own. I will catch you guys here in a couple minutes. Alright, alright, alright. I am back, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Have a good rest of your night, Faith. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Thank you for the lurk, Frost. I'm a Muslim, though. I love it when someone is proud of his religion. I mean, there's no reason to be ashamed of it, you know? That's my thought process, you know? But again, I appreciate it. My mother has a friend from Egypt who is Muslim. He is a very sweet gentleman to all of us and her oncologist as a Muslim, and he prays with her each time he goes in to see her. And this is despite the fact that we are what is referred to as anti-Baptists. We don't believe in infant baptism like you would see in Orthodoxy or Catholicism, or even in some other Christian doctrines. Interesting. Trying to think of what denomination that would fall under. I'm not in the infant baptism stuff either. That's a little bit strange to me. But trying to think. It's fine. It don't matter. Denomination don't matter. As long as you're around the same beliefs, it works out. To those of y'all who are still here, I've got to hop off here and take myself a nice hot shower and probably go to bed. Okay. No worries, Faith. No worries. I sent over that video. Maybe it can give you a little start. Okay. Let's see. I've taken my ibuprofen, so like I should be amped up now, right? Okay. Huh. Okay. I mean, I see what you're doing. I just don't know how to. This is gonna make like no sense, but like I don't know how to do it, if that makes any sense. It's for some reason difficult. Maybe just wing it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Okay, let's start with like doing each strip. How about that, right? So we did this. Let's just start with that, right? What's the worst that could happen? Maybe. I don't know. That seemed to work not so bad with the last one. Yeah. We as Muslims respect each and every religion equally, and especially those who believe in one God. I was just admiring how you put Christian in his tag, since every Christian I've seen either denied or left Christianity, and it's not okay. Yeah, we've had a lot of those lately. It's kind of the way the world is. When times get tough, you either cling a little harder to what you believe in, or you abandon it altogether. And that's the sad thing, is a lot of people have moved to abandon rather than hold tight. Okay. That's not awful. I do need to figure out this sort of deal. I think what I'll do is this. Hey, how's it going, Rusky? Good to see you guys again. Let me get you some shout-outs. You guys haven't already? Be sure to follow Not Rusky, either with the button at the top of chat or in the link also in chat. Thank you for the follow, Ninja. Much appreciated.
Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, Rhino Guy. Hello Tyrese T. Hello Rhino. Hello Master Levi. Hello Briarbot. Hello Bree. Hello Ninja. Hello Jungle. Hello Rusky. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. You guys are playing some more Minecraft. Nice. Are you guys playing the SMP? It's good to see you guys. We're over here trying to build a boat, and I really don't know what I'm doing. I tried to do it here. It turned out kind of okay, and then it just wasn't okay. And then I came over here, and now I'm trying again, and I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, that's a little bit weird. That's a little bit weird, Ninja. I'm gonna ask that you refrain. At least here. Keep it to your guys' DMs. Had the new overlay stream today. Hey, let's go. I'll have to pop in with and see your overlays. Surely someone here knows how to build a boat. Yes, please. If any of you guys perhaps know how to build a boat, all advice would be very appreciated. Because I don't know how to build one, and as you might imagine, I am struggling. But good news, we're making progress, I think. Thank you for the bits, Frost. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome, by the way. I feel like I need to say that right now. The ads on Twitch are horrendous. I think you gotta keep the ads gone. Yeah, the ads are kind of bad. W Frost, yes. Frost is great, guys. He's great. Been around for a little while, so I might need to do another 100. Now, can I ask why is that? I'm a little bit concerned. Frost can't even donate 52 subs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Here's your dab. Okay. Man, my everything hurts today. I've been busy with some real life things, and they've been beating me up, but we've got some good stuff coming along, I think. Maybe if we do this. That's not awful. Oh. Thank you very much. This guy's a big dog. Oh, I see. Oh boy. Oh, I see. Thank you for the bits, Frost. You're awesome, dude. I see that hype train. Gosh, Swiftu. What the heck? Bruh. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. You're amazing, dude. You're amazing. And I gotta stretch a little bit too. Let me try to catch up on chat while I'm doing this. I go by mommy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Alright. We'll stretch. Thank you again for the bits. Much appreciated, Frost. You guys are crazy. My goodness. So who all got subs? Just Cause got one. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Lambride got one. That's also awesome. I know who he is. Not too sure who Carrot and Pocono are, but I know who Yusuf is. So that's great. That's great, guys. Congrats on the subs for those of you who got them. Can't even gift me a sub, shaking my head. Let's go, 1K bits. Hey, yo, let's go. Let's go. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it very much. I'm happy I got my 1K bit badge. Yeah, I need to get you guys some, I'm gonna get you guys some unique emotes for bits as well. He knows, alright. Unfortunate truth. You get called mommy for donating 52 subs. Well, I know what I'm gonna do with all this money I got. That's all I can afford most of the time. Fair enough, though. Honestly, Frost. You know, that's so fair. Hang on. Words are hard. I got this. Oh no. Okay, it's gone, guys. It's gone, sorry. Can't help you. The hamster in the wheel inside my head has just stopped running. I'm pretty sure it's dead. But it's fine. We're gonna build a boat. Help me. I want to be able to consistently sub after I get a job. I'll make that happen, and that just ain't me yapping. I really want to. I appreciate the thought. Don't feel any pressure to, though. Honestly, kind of want to get second on sub list, but I don't know how much money I got left right now. That's fair though, Swifty. That is 100% fair. Wait, did you just get third? You weren't third before, were you? Or am I dumb? I think you just got third. Congrats, dude. That's awesome. Do it. You won't get first, chicken. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Don't feel any pressure to give or not give. It ain't just a thought. You literally changed my life at one point. Need some appreciation. I appreciate just the words, guys. I really do. Need a cheer 500 bits for top 10 donated bits. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Alright, gotta run. Kinda tired, so gonna get ready to sleep. Hope you have a great stream and hope everyone enjoys the stream. Thank you again for the raid, Rusky. I gotta pop in and say hello more often, but you bringing in your crew is very nice, so I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Bye, Dad. No, I just got, one day I'll knock off that stupid number one person. Don't deserve the throne. Neko will never be dethroned. I think Swift is shooting for Neko. Very quite possibly. I wish I could remove him because he wasn't a great guy. He wasn't a great guy. Man. No one even gifted Rusky, bruh. It's chill, bro. I always like come around and say hi to someone after a stream, and you're always a great option. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Did you guys get any of the hype train emotes by chance? If you did, you guys can go and share them in chat. I got this one. I didn't know I got this one, but that's the one I got. I think everybody got it. So, let's see. Good night, Levi. Let's see. It's a very nice emote, honestly. I kind of like it. The mega consume emote. I like it. I liked it. I could actually see myself using that. I might have to participate in hype trains more often, not just with myself, but actually giving, you know, that would be really nice. Boy. Let's see, I got random emotes. Ooh. Wasn't he the entitled one who thought because he was spending money on you he could get away with crap? Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy. He said a lot of not so nice words that I can't repeat. And that's not just because I'm family friendly, but because I have moral obligation not to say such words. What would happen if I gifted 10,000 bits? I don't know. Yeah, you'll be loved eternally, that's for sure. You'd probably... There's a good chance my heart would stop, to be entirely honest. That's not out of the question. Looks like my high school football coach. Something does get away with everything. That sounds disturbing. Like, that could be possibly... That sounds like, I'm... I'm not gonna go where that could be, but... As an adult, I'm concerned, to say the least. That looks like crap. I'm done. No, I can't do it anymore. I don't know what I did, but it's bad. It's so bad. Good night, Levi. Good night. Can I borrow 126, guys? He wouldn't. He just yaps. He wouldn't do. You don't want to know? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. See ya, Derek. Let's see. I wish I could run ad time right now. I want it so bad. Or I could. You could. You could. That is an option. I can't do this. I can't do this. So I'm gonna leave it. And let's see, what could we do in place of that? I'm not ready to do... Hey, the football team is winning, so he stays. Oh boy. Gotta get working at Mickey D's, guys. Oh man, me too, man. Honestly, that might be where I end up working, I'm gonna be honest. Not where I want to work, but it's like the closest place I can actually get a job. Unfortunately. Here's your hydrate, Frost. Well, if I can't get it, I ran my wallet dry. No worries, dude. No worries. Like, save some money for yourself. There will be better days. There will be better days to do such things. So your follower goal is getting very, hang on. I can't read. Your follower goal is shortening every stream, getting really close. Yes. Yes, it is. It's... Oh. 49 away. I've been thinking... I can't promise it just yet, but would you guys be interested in, like, a 12-hour stream for that? If that's the case, I'm gonna see if I can plan it. And maybe I can kind of come up with something. 20-hour stream? I've done a 24-hour stream. That last hour nearly killed me, and I don't even think I'm joking, to be honest. Like, I feel like I very much was struggling. Just like I'm struggling right now to say anything. It was worse. It was worse than 12-hour stream, please. Please, I missed the last two. I've only done... Okay, so... Funny little history about the 12-hour streams. We did a 12-hour stream for... Was it 500 followers? It may have been 250. I don't remember, but it was back on King SMP Season 1. Then we did a... accidental 14-hour stream. It may have been 13. I don't remember. It was one of those though. On Starfield, the day it launched, I played for like 12 hours. We spent like an hour beforehand, an hour and a half beforehand, counting down the time and trying to get into the game. And so then I played for like 13 or 12 hours, somewhere around there. And then that wasn't even planned. That was all accidental. I didn't mean to play that long. It was just like I kept playing and it kept getting more and more fun. And then I looked down at the clock and I was like, oh shoot, it's really late. And it was actually really early. Like the light was starting to kind of come through my window. And then we did the 24-hour stream recently. Well, was it recently? It's probably been almost a year now, hasn't it? Let's see. Please, I missed the last two. I'll have to see if I can throw something together, but we'll see. I would like to. I would like to. You should play Rescue's server for now. So I run my own server. So I probably won't be hopping on anyone else's for a little bit, just because I don't have time to dedicate. And I try to put a good amount of time in on everybody's server if I play a little. However, one day I would love to play on Rescue's. I miss watching ads for bits. You can do that. I used to just sit here and watch ads and build up bits. Yeah, it used to be a thing you could do. You could sit there, watch some ads, and it would give you a little bit of bits, and then, I want to say you used to even be able to do, you used to be able to, I think do, like, surveys as well, and it would occasionally give you bits, but it took so long, so it wasn't really worth your time unless you just really, really, really wanted to support somebody. Let's see. Highest I got to was maybe 300 bits. Took a while to build up though. Yeah, it was like, it was a lot of ads that you had to watch to get anything considerable. 1 bit is like a cent, if not less, so it was really just handing out money that didn't care about. Yeah. Let me think. I could try to do some of the music recording. It's actually a good time for it because my parents are out of the house right now, so it won't keep them awake. It'd be random if I'm not wrong, but mostly 1 bit. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Gotta go food time? Alright, sounds good, Swiftu. Sounds good. Every once in a while you would get like 5 to 10. I don't really remember, to be honest. Like, I didn't really do that portion of things. I was too busy streaming. That might have even been before I was streaming. I don't remember. But, I didn't really use Twitch all that much before I started streaming anyway. Good luck with the boat or music or whatever you end up doing. Alright, sounds good. Thank you so much for the subs once again, Swiftu. It was very much appreciated. As Master getting free money. I was doing it before I found your stream, a long time before, I think. Yeah, I seem to remember it it being way before I was really around, but it may have even been around then, I don't know. Why do they not do it anymore? It's giving away free money, and it's Twitch. Twitch is losing money right now. So they have to cut back on any spending whatsoever. And then encourage you guys to spend more money. I know it's crazy to believe that, but Twitch is losing a lot of money on people who don't bring in anything. In fact, they're losing money on my stream right now. To send a 1080p video to 8 people, and it's 3 hours long. It is a considerable amount of bandwidth and storage space for their servers. And it's not just me doing this. There is hundreds of other streamers doing this. And then you want to look at one of the largest streamers out there. Imagine what it's like to run a stream for, like, Pirate Software, Kai. I don't know if Speed still streams on here. I, for some reason, want to say that he moved to YouTube. Those guys who get hundreds of thousands of viewers, though, they are huge burdens on the system, but at least they bring in good sub money for them. Plus all the ads that people have to watch to also view them. He did YouTube only? Okay. There are too many small streamers anymore. It is one of those things, yeah, there's just so many of us, and the unfortunate thing is a lot of them aren't even doing it for the sake of trying to be, I guess, quote unquote, successful. I don't mean people streaming only to be successful, but people who are streaming with the intent of making something at least for fun and doing it more seriously, I guess. It's fine to be a hobby streamer, but there's a lot of people who are hobby streamers or are trying to be something more than hobby streamers, but have the quality of a potato. They're not reading their chat. They're not even saying thank you for a follow. They, a lot of them don't even notice when they get rated. We've all had those days. I will say that I have been really bad about that at times. Now, recently I've been a lot better, but take me back 3 years and I probably missed tons of messages that I didn't even realize. So, you got to be willing to put in the effort, and I feel like that's one of the unfortunate things with Twitch right now is because it's so open and anybody can stream here. It's one of the good things, but it's also one of the bad things in the fact that a lot of people are using up so much bandwidth that Twitch can't just spend a lot of money on people. How much money do you get streaming? I make anywhere, it depends on the month. I get anywhere between $50 all the way up to like $150 per month. Like I said, it depends. It depends on the month. And what's going on. But that's a really big average there. Just to get lucky and get gifted 10,000 bucks by Mr. Beast. Yeah. If I jumped in before the Mr. Beast donating thing happened, I probably would have had a lot less competition. But now that after he donated all that money, a lot of people are like, oh, you can actually make money doing Twitch. And it looks like a lot of fun to be a streamer and all that. All of us kind of at some point in time probably were like, oh yeah, I could be a YouTuber. That looks like fun. Not a lot of people really ever looked at streaming, though, pretty seriously and said I could do that until then, once they saw a bunch of small streamers get 10K. Then I was like, oh, well, I mean, I think I should be a streamer. It's like, yeah, it's, good luck. There were still a lot of people streaming. It's just the number was so much lower. It was a whole lot easier to grow on the platform, and as a streamer alone, not even needing YouTube necessarily. Nowadays, you need YouTube. You don't need TikTok, but it's highly recommended if you can stand it. I don't know if you want to get donated by Mr. Beast anymore. I mean, it's money, but that name got some controversy now. That's true. That is true. There's a lot of things going on around that circle. It's pretty bad, to say the least. I try to stay out of controversies if I can. But, you know, from a lot of the evidence that's coming up, it's not looking too hot. So, you know, will it sink Mr. Beast? Probably not. From what I can tell, a lot of people on YouTube don't even really care too much. They just, you know, they look, they watch, and they go, oh yeah, you know, he's still funny. I don't care that insert terrible thing here has happened or whatever, you know. It's one of those things. People are willing to look past all of your flaws if you can offer them a really good product. And it's funny to me that a lot of people don't see that when they start calling people of the opposing political party idiots for following insert person here. When they do that with their favorite entertainers or even their political candidate, you know, it's one of those things. If you get a good enough deal out of somebody, you'll overlook all their other problems. It's a sad reality. But when nobody has the capability of actually putting up as much money as Mr. Beast and actually make videos that are as entertaining as his, you run into that issue. Nobody can actually replace Mr. Beast in that sense. Seen so many vids on Mr. Beast, they're all against him, but want more evidence. But when it comes to his fame or his reputation, it probably won't do anything, because even now he's still pulling 66 million views on a vid in 2 days. Yeah, he's playing it smart by just basically staying relatively silent, other than like a couple of things that he said here and there, and then an email that got leaked. It's been stated that some people think that it was intentionally leaked from the company to basically say, oh yeah, we're doing stuff, without saying publicly that they're doing things. Although it is a big company, so it wouldn't surprise me if some random guy got that email and was like, yeah, let me send this out, see what happens. But, you know, he's being smart, reputation-wise. You don't ever comment on your controversy, it'll all go away. Look at Dream, for example. If he didn't say anything about any of his controversies, it probably wouldn't have blown up, to be honest. And I'm not saying this to side with anybody in specific, but if you don't comment on controversy as a famous person, it very rarely ever sees the light of day. And one thing that you have is plausible deniability on your side, where you can say, oh, I didn't see that. Now, I'm not advocating anybody lie, but if you were famous and you got caught up in a controversy, whether you did or didn't do it, it's just smart to just keep your nose out of things and just sit back. And unless you've got, like, you know, a month worth of people who are, you know, a month of 10,000 people constantly asking you to comment on one thing, unless that's happening, they're going to forget about it. He made a good look for himself, which makes it hard to put allegations on him, because, I mean, look at what the man does. Plus, he got money. Money buys famous people out anything, unless there's actual proof that comes out once at once, kind of thing. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't know if I've seen enough evidence for Jimmy himself, but a lot of his crew, on the other hand, I have seen a pretty bad amount of evidence. Jimmy himself, I mean, I've seen a little bit here and there about, like, his workplace conditions. But that's not necessarily all his fault, because he's not necessarily the manager. So it's his problem to deal with, yes, but it's not really on him, I would say. But I don't know all the evidence there. I haven't watched every video. I haven't sorted through the sources myself to prove or disprove anything. It might be fun to do at some point. I might just catch up on the Mogul mail video from Ludwig and just call it good. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't seen anything for Jimmy, yes, but the crew and producer and stuff kind of bad, and that I get bored. I know a lot. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've been too busy working on King SMP stuff to really care, to be honest. And a lot of it was happening before I was working on the King SMP stuff, but before that I was even working on the planning for King SMP. The one thing I'm pretty sure he was mostly making because people were trying to cancel him. Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, and that's the thing. You're getting this weird dynamic where there's people who are trying to defend the company or Mr. Beast as a person because they're friends with him or because they're longtime viewers, or you got people who on the other side of things are trying to tear him down because he's Mr. Beast and they don't know him and they want to know him. They're jealous of his money. They truly do believe that he did those things, which is a few people. It's not actually that many who actually believe that stuff, to be honest. Most of the people that do carry around those rumors and those controversies are usually people who are jealous. And it sounds so stupid to say, but it's true. It's very true. I remember seeing in one case in specific, somebody basically kept spreading rumors about Dream, and somebody was like, why are you spreading that? That's been disproved already. He's like, oh, I don't know, I just really don't like Dream. It's like, okay, so you just don't like somebody, so that gives you the right to lie about stuff that's illegal. Like that's reputation destroying potentially. But you have people like that. And not just for Dream, but also Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast a little bit less so because he's not in a volatile and toxic community necessarily. His whole thing is really just fun and games, where Dream is, Minecraft, and Minecraft can be really toxic, weirdly enough. On a spell because they don't watch the whole dang vid. He even said that Feastables were gonna be in the CC games, but have now been revoked access to the event due to what's happening recently. Yes, I've heard about that, or at least saw an article. Everyone was pressing him about have them as a sponsor because they didn't want to go to the website and check that they have already been removed. If people would just keep themselves updated with things, they would see, what is going on. But most people can't be bothered. That's the problem. Assuming he is still tied with Jimmy, I hate that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Do your research. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to swap gears here. We're gonna do some music, and that'll be probably a good time. Hopefully. Let me go in spectator. We'll just go into my little house here. Alright, let me grab a guitar and see if I can get some stuff set up. Okay, I'm trying to think of how I'm supposed to do this. It's been a minute. Would it be easier? It'd probably be easier to do this. You guys can't hear me. Oh no. Maybe you can now. Mic is being a little bit goofy. Let's just pull it up closer. There we go. Okay. So what I'm gonna have to do, trying to think. I could plug it in and run it directly into the computer, or I could just use my mic. I'm trying to remember how I did it last time, and I want to say I just plugged it in directly. Let's try that. Do I? I do. Okay. Let me go grab the cable, and then we'll do that. That way I can still talk to you guys. Oh. Thanks for the lurk. Much appreciated. Dogs for free? I probably. They're close enough together that it probably blends in on camera, though. Might pop. Nope. Oh, maybe. Oh, that may have not been good. That may have hurt. That was really loud. I thought so. My bad. Have a good lurk. Have a good lurk. Okay, let's see if we can set this up. Okay, let's put my headphones on. And then I'm gonna have to mute the mic. And then we'll hit the hydrate here. Oh, I redeemed stretch. Gosh dang it. Darn it. Okay, let's see. I can turn this on to instrument mode. And then turn it up a little bit. Here's your dab. And see if this sounds okay. Still a little quiet. Let me... It's because of the filters, I think. Let's see if this is better. Oh, I love that. I love that tune so much. I love it so much. You know what? I probably should turn on the guitar tag, shouldn't I? Or not the guitar tag, the music category. Could also turn on the guitar tag. Let's see. I gotta set up stream properly here. Also, fun fact, Streamerversary is coming up. Whoa, crazy. That's so crazy. Okay. Music. And just gotta change everything else around. And just like this. It should be fine. Okay. One thing I do need to do is open up a couple of things here. I need that, and then I need my software for recording. It needs me to sign in. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, let's try that one. Okay, there we go. New project. We'll do guitar amps, just in case I decide I want to use one of them. And then I'm actually going to open up new audio track, and it's going to be the right side. Okay, I gotta test this first. So you're gonna probably hear it double up, but I just need to make sure it's tuned up. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I gotta think. So, how do we want to make this sound? You know what? This could be funny. Hang on. Let's do something like this. And then what if I were to do that? And I'm just gonna shrink that down until it fits on the TV. Okay. There you go. Is that dumb? Absolutely. But it's there now. So now you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing. It gives you an idea of what the Be Right Back screen's gonna be eventually. So that's cool, I guess. So we gotta figure out, I guess I gotta figure out how to do those arpeggios pretty much fluidly. And I want to keep that kind of going constantly in the background for a little bit. Maybe if we could get like 1 minute of that. And then we need to do like... I'd like to do a couple of Minecraft inspired songs. So that one's just the arpeggiated behind Wet Hands. So it goes something like this. And then something like this. Hang on, let's see. I don't know. I don't know how to play that bit, to be honest, but it's somewhere up there. I played it for my MCC Rising application, but a lot of it was chopped up. And it was only like 30 seconds worth of music, to be honest. So I need a lot more than that for a Be Right Back screen. And I also don't have the track saved anymore, so I kind of lost it. So we're just going to kind of try to do as much arpeggiation as we can and see where we're at. Feels so wrong to call it that, arpeggiation. That feels like quite possibly a wrong word even. Okay, let's see if this works. I keep saying it's picking up interference. Are you guys hearing interference? Let me find out. Yeah, you guys might be hearing it. Hang on. Let's try that. Honestly, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to it while I'm playing it. Okay, let's try this. I'm messing it up so many times. Okay, it's fine. Just gonna stop it. I'll take a quick listen to it. You guys can listen along. Okay, that was weird. Let's try again. Okay, that sounds pretty decent. I might have to add something to help fill in that sound a little bit. Maybe add some bass notes. See, that would be an A, so it'd be... kind of add some of those different notes. So an A would be like, or that one, or both. And then a D would be these two. Or this one, or this one. Alternatively, I'm trying to think. You got F, G. Let's see, A, B, C, D. Okay. You can do a lot of fun things with that scale, by the way. Let me think. How do you play it? I'm gonna play it. I got it now. Somewhere around there. That's the love theme from Star Wars Episode 2. I think it's also in Episode 3, I don't remember, but you can play a lot by ear with that scale. So I'm trying to think of another song I did today that I played by ear with it, but I can't think of any right now. Okay. Let me drag this track down again, and we'll try to do a new track over top of it instead. Okay. And we're just gonna mute it. Is that muted? That should be muted. Just in case we'll solo this track only. Alright. You pick on those strings, Pappy. Thank you very much. How's it going, homie? Let's see if we can figure this out. Okay. I will mute the desktop audio again. Now you guys don't have to hear that irritating sound anymore. Well, you guys might still hear it. I don't know. I'm not filtering the guitar, which is probably part of the problem. I can kind of hear it myself even. I'm wondering. Nope, that didn't help. Okay, that's fine. Let's give this another go. And press record. Messed it up. Hang on. Let's try again. That's a hard pick pattern. Jeez. Okay, let's focus up. We got this. We're gonna record right over top of that. Ooh. I don't know if you guys hear that. I'm gonna mute so I can fix it, but I'm hearing a lot of interference. So I figured out what it was. I don't know why, but my arm being rested there was creating a lot of vibration. You guys may have heard it. If you did, I apologize. Oh. There you go. Good? Think we're good? Okay. Let's try this again. Can I tell it to stop counting down for me? It's not. Metronome's off. I'm not seeing a option in here. That's fun. Alright, let's try this again. Starting off strong, are we? Okay. Let's see if any of that turned out any good. That was a little bit more than what I meant to do, but I hear Minecraft music. Hang on. Just turn that all off. Where am I hearing the music from? Okay. Sure, that's fine. Turn off the recording as well. Okay, give that a try. Let's see. Yep. You can hear me talking in the background. Come on, King. You got this. There you go. Okay. That's not bad. Now I gotta remember, I might be able to play a solo along with this. Just something very basic, some fill-ins maybe. Something like... I gotta input echo as well. Nope. So it would be... Let's see if I can get this going. Come on. So you can't play that scale, so you'd have to do... Let's see, that's A. So it'd be maybe up here. We might only have a couple of string options, honestly. Let me think. It might be these three. Hang on. Where is it up here? I'm gonna find it. So if our chords would be this, that's an A. So that's A sustain. Right? I think. It might be an A7 or an A5 or one of those. Regardless of that fact, we need to find the A scale. Let's see, that's an E. So didn't mean to do that, but there's, what is that? The Lord of the Rings. What's its name? What is it called? Shoot. I forget what the song's called, but it's in Lord of the Rings. You guys, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. What is... I might have to look it up later. This might be an A. So, A minor, A7. This should be an A5 then? Maybe not. This is A5. No. I'll find it. That might be it, I don't know. I mean, alternatively, what I could do is I could lay it over top of the arpeggios to help kind of mask it a little bit. While we're playing that, you just play. And that might help kind of cover up some of our mistakes. I don't know. I would like to get a little bit of ukulele on this, so I might need to borrow my brother's ukulele or even his talents and see if I could get him to help me with it. Because I think it would sound really, really, really pretty. And plus it would fix some of my issues of having too much of this. You can have a lot of guitar, but you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, especially when you don't know what you're doing. And I've only got one tuning, and it's all steel string. Nylon strings don't sound so bad when they're all by themselves, but you run into a lot of issues with steel string, I find. I feel like I ought to do one more thing with you guys, but it's probably going to be really loud, so I'm going to turn off my mic, and we're going to do it through the other program so I can control it. But enjoy. I was just trolling you guys. There's nothing more. That was it. That was all I had for you. But I do want to say we're gonna raid somebody because Oh, whoa, 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 they changed some things on Twitch. What is that? That is an ugly symbol. Oh, oh, it's a collaboration button. I see. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna go say hello to my friend Liam. He is currently playing some Persona 4 Golden. Turn that off. There we go. And what I also ought to do is turn that down so you guys don't hear that anymore. Okay. So we're gonna go say hello to him. He's playing Persona 4 Golden, like I said. I can't remember apparently. And we'll see what he's up to with that and where he's at in the game. Thank you all for watching. I hope each and every one of you have a good rest of your night, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon. Later.